What is up, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen here, back for day 3, your internal strength coach, here to show you how to overcome your greatest challenges so that you can shine your brightest light. Giving away free consultations right now for coaching. Takes about 30 minutes each to see if coaching's right for you. Also, personal trainer, if you guys are interested in getting fit, send me a message. So, obviously it's Labor Day weekend. So it's a good time for kind of relaxing, taking it easy, and looking at the astrology. It's also a very, thinking oriented type of day too, or type of weekend. And I had a lot of ideas, kind of come to me on what I wanted to talk about today, but the one that actually seemed to make the most sense, because it is, kind of a thinking day, is to think about how do you want your life to actually look. It's really interesting. I had this image earlier of a feather pen, like the old timey feathered pen. And what came to me was, that at any point in time, you guys are able to, write your own story. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past, doesn't matter, where you're at now or whatever, you believe about yourself. The fact is that, you have this pen in your hand, and at any time you can start writing your own story. And it's really interesting too, because, it's a feathered pen. It has a very elegant feel to it. I think of an old, classical guy with the white fucking wig, doing it. So it's when you're thinking about, how do you want your life to look? It's not I want to have all this shit and all this money and cocaine and strippers, or, I don't know, Black Friday sales, when people bombard the stores like crazy, I want this, I want this. It's a way of physically writing out how do you actually want your life to look like. So, that's really the action item is for you guys, is think about how you want it to look and just go ahead and write it out. And when you do this, do it with some imagination. It's kind of unfortunate that, kids, they have this awesome imagination, and the older they get, the more they're kind of taught, what's more realistic, what's more possible, and to grow up in that. And so as adults, we kind of lose that imagination. But if you can actually take the best parts of being an adult, which is wisdom, and then combine it with the best part of being a child, which is imagination, and unify those two things, you can actually paint a pretty awesome picture of what your life could look like. So, beyond that, I saw, it was really interesting. It was an eagle, actually. And I saw an eagle, and I didn't really know what it meant. So I kind of checked it out, and really what eagles are all about is kind of it's essentially a bird that can soar higher than other birds can. They have the real ability to see life from a broader perspective than everyone else, and talk of an eagle eye. So it's a way of really going and looking inward, from your heart center, and looking at what do you really want to have happen. And also, eagles, they have, it's their legs, it's very, can still connect to the earth. So it's a way of soaring high and imagination, but then still also being able to physically bring things into your life. So I think that, think about, just think about how do you want it to look? The possibilities are really far more reaching than what we believe anymore. Think about how you want to have more passion in your life. Think about how you want to have more fun, how you want to make more of an impact, how you want to have, more connection. That's been a big theme for me today, actually, is, doing these videos. It's how can I get on here and, convey more passion, convey more enthusiasm, and just, make a bigger impact, especially in a shorter amount of time. And it's really interesting, trying to come out and do that. It kind of stirred some stuff up that was kind of blocking coming out and being that way. And that's why, I discussed yesterday, doing the shadow work. But I think it's really worth it. to just do that stuff so you can show up and be your best self, and not just like your perfect self, but like, you're the best version of you, like that perfectly imperfect version of you. So yeah, I mean, just in the interest of like it being Labor Day weekend, I especially didn't want to get on here and like do a super long video like I did yesterday. Just kind of wanted to drop in and just like convey something that, kind of hits hard. And again, because it is a thinking weekend, just spend the time to think about this. Think about, how do you want your life to look? So, and don't forget too, I mean, because it is a relaxing weekend, to still, have fun, still connect with other people. Ultimately, that's, what this is really about. I know a lot of the stuff that I've talked about has been, kind of focused on developing the self, but really it is about the community. So yeah, appreciate you guys dropping in. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, if you guys are interested in the coaching, if you're interested in doing the personal training, you guys know where to find me. So my son is he's over on the playground right now, so I guess we're gonna go like jump on the swings for a little bit before the sun sets. But you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.